Good evening. Welcome. It is 8:36 or 8:37, depending on your clock in New York City on Friday night, New Year's Eve's Eve. Um, I've been very exhausted today, which is why I have not gone live. I've basically just been eating all the broccoli that we cooked yesterday and now I have a stomach ache, probably because I was not supposed to eat that much broccoli. But as it is, I am still feeling a little hungry and I've done nothing except sit in front of my computer and nap today. Just did a little bit of stretching on my yoga mat and body feels a little bit more relaxed into itself, but stomach ache is kind of bothering me, so I'm just doing like a little body scan, sort of pointing out where my discomforts are lying, and I'm going to, as Ryan Nicole says, honor my hunger. And you know, I want to eat more vegetables. I kind of desire more vegetables. I also realize it's probably not good for me, so we're gonna eat some cheese on toast. I have some bread frozen in the freezer that, you know, Grandma wasn't eating, so I took it home and now we can defrost and eat it. And I'm also going to make a goat cheese cake frosting for a cake that we baked yesterday. A couple of comments yesterday said, you know, the symptoms that I've been describing, the ups and downs of feeling sick and feeling better and feeling sick and feeling better, was for them a form of COVID. So I took another rapid test today from a different kit with a different expiration date and it's still negative. Now, keep in mind that I have been sick for 3 weeks. I've only tested in the beginning week and now, so it's possible that I missed the positive testing window period. I'm not sure. Whatever the case may be, keep in mind that these are rapid tests at home. They probably are not accurate. They probably might not catch all of the variants, and that's where I stand. Currently, my phlegm is decreasing, mucus is lessening. There was a little bit of sore throat today, felt like something catching in my throat. I don't really know what's going on, but I do know that my body is exhausted, so I've been trying very hard to not push it, despite my increasing guilt of being inactive and, you know, lazy, quote unquote. And we're just gonna have to ride it out. We're currently on my hotspot because even my internet that's connected to the Ethernet cable has been very slow on my desktop, which means that T-Mobile is really suffering right now. New York City has been kind of raining on and off for several days, and I have noticed that the reception of T-Mobile internet is awful when it's raining. So that must explain our very potato quality streams of late. So I'm going to try to ride off of this visible hotspot. Visible hotspot for the win, y'all. I don't know if you remember, but for the first 4 months that I was in this apartment last November, all we had was visible hotspot. And honestly, I'm almost thinking I can cancel T-Mobile. Now that I'm not really like making videos and uploading shit anymore, but I don't know, whatever. Hilarious, ain't it? Alright, on top of that, frosting, icing, whatever, I'm also going to try to make some pear soup, pear tea, pear water, whatever you want to call it. Basically just water and sugar and pear. I'm going to keep drinking that shit until I feel a little bit better. And coincidentally, my period might also be coming soon. So that might also explain the bloating discomforts right now. It's just like everything happening together in the old year, new year transition. I have been making some very like sickly breakthroughs mentally. I've been having a couple of fun dreams now that I'm not on, you know, daily routine of nightly weed anymore. So it's been a very interesting holiday season, let's put it. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I mean, not only is there a genocide going on, and the violence is getting worse in the West Bank, by the way, because we keep sending hundreds of millions of dollars of weapon sales over to Israel, and now Israel is its citizens to exert violence just ad hoc on Palestinians in the West Bank. But beyond this, like, I feel like all of these nonsensical injustices that are almost taking like a dark comedy torture porn angle to it, where I just feel like completely trapped and helpless in a nightmarish way, has made my mentality like surreal. I think, I burnt out in a lot of different ways, psychologically, emotionally, physically, everything. And now I'm just existing in a space where, like today, I was pouring tea from my teapot and the lid fell and it got chipped. First of all, I can't find the chip on the floor, and I'm kind of worried because I just crashed a jar a couple of days ago. I don't know where the chip is, so I'm just waiting for things to reveal themselves. But also, like, previously, if I crashed that bowl and I chipped this teapot, I would have been, like, extremely upset. And now I think, after experiencing the death of my mom and all of these upsets, and now witnessing a whole genocide happening and, increasing violence that just doesn't seem to have a break on it, I can't, like, process the previously now seemingly juvenile emotional reactions anymore. It's just like bypassed. I'm just like, oh, okay, broken, now we have to clean it up. I'm seeing cracks in my floorboards, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna have to fix that one day, and I'm gonna allow myself to procrastinate on it because it's not bad enough yet. But if it gets worse, we'll have to fix it because there's just no other way forward. We have to fix it, right? I think before I used to stress over a lot of these like inevitabilities, and I used to like blame myself and transform that sadness into anger and explode on myself and the people around me. And now I'm just like, okay, next. More of that kind of thing, How's everyone else feeling? Some of these pears are extremely questionable as they were only $1 total. So I'm just choosing the most questionable to process first. Some tough competition here. long COVID, right? If this is actually long COVID, does that mean that I contracted COVID again? Or that I'm just sick and long COVID is making my illness extraordinarily dragged out? Like, is this just like a manifestation of my long COVID coincidentally mixing in with whatever cold flu thing I got? I do think that I pushed myself too hard for too long. So if nothing else, if I survive this, then big lesson for me firsthand to know that you really gotta just, I have to admit that my age is no longer allowing me to have such hubris about my abilities, you know? What's the best way to fry dumplings? Ooh, like deep fried? Or just pan fried? There's only one way to pan fry as far as I know. Oil to coat your pan. Place down your dumplings on a flat side. And sear it for a couple of minutes. Get your lid for your pan ready. And pour some water in, just a tablespoon or two, depending on how many dumplings you have, and slap that lid on before that shit goes cray-cray all over your stove. Probably way too many pears, but I will just process them, I think, since I washed it already. I can put it in a container for tomorrow. I mean, it really does check out if this is long COVID in a lot of ways because I've always been kind of ridden with immune issues as a kid, so I'm not surprised. I was hoping this would not be the case, but hey, if this is the life, then this is the life. These pears are actually so sweet because they're so ripe. I don't actually think I need to add sugar. So that's a win. A win is a win, as the kids say. By the way, the people who volunteered to help out with Hour of Action mapping, we're going to reach out to y'all soon to fill out volunteer posting for logging international actions, since we've not expanded out into international actions yet. We're just trying to get on the same footing with all of our pre-existing volunteers for slots of who wants to log when on what days, and then we're going to reach out to everybody to see if y'all are still game to participate in contributing your time. So thank you very much for reaching out to me, and hope to hear from y'all within the next few days. Stay tuned. Every time something bad happens, something good shows up, I guess. I wish we didn't have to have bad things happen for good things to show up, but grateful for the good things that do show up. Guess that's the only way I can comfort myself in all of this. You know, it's funny, even as I witness like my subscriber and follower count dip, every day I get new followers on Instagram. That's just the way life moves, yo. In and out. In and out. Okay. This is not part of the frosting, no. I'm just preparing some pear water. Thank you for volunteering free labor. I'll put out a call to action if we need another round of volunteers. People will move in and out and we'll take the help when it goes. I do wonder where that teapot chip went. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit that it just disappeared. Probably ran under the stove, but can't be sure anymore. You went back to the old lives to catch up on Israeli-Palestine issue talk? What did you find? What did you learn? Would you like to talk about any of it? Goat cheese frosting, I have not thought this through at all. I'm just winging it. So we're going to have goat cheese, probably a little bit of confectioner's sugar, probably a little splash of milk to thin it out. And beyond that, no idea. No idea. So let's go in with the milk first. So nothing burns too bad. Then I'm going to say that much goat cheese, so probably half a cup. What's the plopper? What do you mean? This? The scraper? Or the goat cheese? This is goat cheese in here. I'm just going to put it on very low heat and wait for it to melt. And then we're going to add in some powdered sugar. Do we want to spice this or no? We only put cinnamon and nutmeg in the cake yesterday, I think. Yeah, this is goat cheese. Goat cheese and milk and powdered sugar right now. kind of spice do you want in here? Here's a reminder of the cake. That we brush with a little bit of honey. Orange. Ooh, shall we put orange zest in here? That's a good idea. I like orange zest. That sounds great, actually. Love. Orange vanilla. I have a chai spice mix. Should we put some chai spice in here? I'm going to zest the orange, but I'm not going to put it in until we pull this off the heat because I don't want the orange zest to cook, which can make it slightly bitter. I just want it to bloom inside, warm. Okay, not cumin. Y'all are really pushing it. Turning the heat off since it's mostly melted. Okay. Do we flip the cake onto a plate or do we? I want to flip the cake onto a plate. I'm not even gonna ask you. That's not big enough though. No, pumpkin salt is long gone. Okay, I don't actually think I have a plate big enough. This sucks. Alright, guess we're staying in the tin. Dang. Well, worse things have happened. It's okay. Yes, this is the banana pear from yesterday, indeed. I'll do a little vanilla. Vanilla paste. And then I'll do a little bit of chai spices, which has cardamom in it, so you're getting your wish. I'm gonna mix that in. I'm gonna taste for sweetness. Holy shit. Huh, that's good. It's a little bit grainy, but maybe that's fine. I'm gonna add a little bit more icing sugar so that it sets a little bit better. The goat cheese icing for our cake. No rose water, that's too much. But we are putting orange zest in there, so. Orange zest in. I think you can make goat's milk tres leches. That could be really good. The goat milk can be a little bit, you know, gamey in that goaty way, so you can think about spices you want to pair with that tres leches, but I think it can go very well. Let's see. What do I want to do? I do want this on a plate after all. Guys, is there a way we can cut the cake and rearrange it so that it fits on this plate? I bet you we can. Do we have any, like, geometrists, mathematicians, who can guide us into cutting this cake to fit on a circular plate that's, like, it's not that much bigger? Maybe I could just flip it. Triangles, and then what? Trim the corners, they say. I'm tempted to just flip it. The plate has a slight curve, so it'll curve up. 4 layers of triangles. What if we just flipped it? Ready? Oh, it's not coming out. Okay. I think it sat in there too long. Cut into heart shape. Okay, but how? How do we cut into heart shape? Please stop slime shape. You guys demand too much. Hello? Wow, this cake is maybe too moist. I don't know if it wants to come out. All signs are saying don't lift it. Okay, note to self, don't let your cake sit in the tin overnight if you don't want it to stick. Come on, baby. Okay, nice. Let's taste the cake. I guess I didn't oil it very well. Interesting. Yeah. It's very much not sweet. So actually, let's think about this. I might need to make the icing a little bit sweeter. And maybe even wetter. Pear soup. Burning in the back. Yeah, more honey in the frosting, or honey straight onto the cake. No condensed milk. The cake is already quite porous, so I think it'll be fine. It would be better if this cake was warm, for sure, but I think with this goat cheese glaze, frosting of sorts, it'll get there. I mean, honestly, this is what I get for not baking off of recipes, right? There's always a chance that it's not gonna turn out right, and we're seeing it happen. So it's fine. I signed myself up for the probability of failure, and we're accepting it. So it goes. At least the frosting tastes good. Orange was a great call. Not a failure, a learning experience. Yup. True that. Bye. Have a good night, Godzilla. We might get a taste test. We'll see. Let me taste my pear soup, but also, here we go. Toast time. Video is grainy again? Shit, guys, I'm sorry. How grainy is it? opening the window up. I don't know what to do about this stream. Apparently I have 5 bars going, but wait, did it actually improve with the open window? It's mind-boggling now. Well, thank you for letting me know it was grainy and pixely. What advice would I give to someone looking to do cooking streams? I don't know, just enjoy yourself, man. You don't know who's gonna watch you. Maybe nobody will. Maybe 2 people will. Maybe you'll feel sad that not more people are watching you. I've certainly felt that way before, but as long as you're gonna do what you're gonna do, just do you. I would love to send you some cake. Honestly. I wish more of you lived closer so I can just give you all the stuff that I cook. We're toasting a pumpernickel bread. No sourdough bread in the works yet. Also, sourdough bread just doesn't make for a very exciting live because there's so much waiting in between the folds and everything. It won't feel very satisfying to watch. What about croissants? So labor intensive. No way. I don't love croissants that much to want to make them. Any food that causes me to spend hours on it probably won't make me want to eat it. We're gonna do half goat cheese and half goat cheese, but different kinds of goat cheese. Wait, has stream gone down? Huh. Interesting. Sorry, guys. Is it still bad? I'm gonna try to change the Wi-Fi if it's really bad. Is it really bad? Goat cheese from cow cheese, definitely different. Definitely very different flavors. You should not be afraid to try it. The worst you'll do is not like it after spending $6 or $8 on it. Just buy a small piece and try it. There's goat brie, there's goat, fresh goat cheese like the one I'm squeezing out right now. There's goat Gouda. They all taste slightly different than cow. I think you owe it to yourself to try it before you die, you know? What's the worst that can happen? My cat is with X. Aaron. I don't know, Simone, when was the last time you saw me on a screen? A lot has happened depending on when you left off. Last November? Do you know that I got fired from Delish? Do you know that I've moved? Do you know that I don't live with Aaron anymore? Do you know that Fred lives with Aaron now? Do you know that my mom died? What else? What else, y'all? You haven't missed much. Maybe you've missed that I'm sick currently. I've been sick for 3 weeks and I don't know if it's COVID. I've lost like 300 subscribers on here and about the same amount on Instagram for constantly talking about what's going on in Palestine and how sad I am and you know, how we cannot feel so hopeless. I'm not married, it's just a ring. But yes, it is a ring on my ring finger. want some crunchy sugar on the fresh goat cheese side, I think. Let's go crunchy sugar. I've taken 3 COVID tests at home. None of them are positive. I'm very confused. Okay. We just keep learning together, you know? Can you see this toast or is it a blurry mess? Anyway, cheers. I'm gonna go with the spicy, truffly, brie-like goat cheese first. Who was it? I forget. Someone told me they put lime on it. I'm gonna put some lime on it. Black lime. I'm also gonna put a little bit of kelp on it. Because why not? This is pumpernickel bread that I got from Grandma's facility that she wouldn't eat. She hates Western style bread for some reason. Grandma is very picky. Fascinating. I like it. Very satisfying. Black lime is cured limes until they turn black, and then you can grind it up or cook with it whole. This is from Guatemala. Adds a little bit of acidity. Looks like cracked black pepper and tastes a little bit tart and aged. Yes, kelp. Kelp. Icelandic. Wild Icelandic kelp. It's not as sharp and twangy as sumac is, but they are both kind of acidic. Okay. Savory side was great. Sweet side needs something. Let's add a little poppy seed. For extra texture. And maybe sesame seed? Maybe black sesame seed? Sorry about the picture quality, guys. I think the Wi-Fi is just sucky today. I guess we won't be staying much longer after this. Burlap offer any samples? Like for free? Not really. Like, unless you do an in-person event, sometimes there's giveaways. They do sell this thing called a spice passport, which is like a little booklet of a sampler of 9 spices, I think, that come with like 2 teaspoons each of 9 different spices that you can try out. But hey, if you live near me, you can come and you can pick up some samples from me, because I have them all. A lot of burlap and barrel spices. I also agree about black sesame. It tastes sweeter, deeper, has a little bit more youth to it. Casey, what did you buy? Which ones did you pick? This was a win. I mean, if you live close by and you know what spices you want to taste, I can get you samples. I'll drop it somewhere public so that you know. You don't know where I live, but I'm happy to share spices. Especially if you can't commit to a full-size jar because of the price. I know it can be a lot for some people. I certainly wouldn't have bought burlap and barrel spices given my spending habit, so I get it. Some pear juice. Yeah, there's we have black cardamom, I think. The jars are very big. Yeah. It's not at all stingy in terms of the serving size, but you know, like compared to supermarket shit, it's not cheap, but you can definitely taste the difference in quality, especially with the cinnamon. I went over to a friend's house and made this pear soup, and I put some cinnamon in it, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I've been so spoiled with burlap and barrel cinnamon. Any other cinnamon just doesn't even taste like anything to me now. Delicious pear soup. Dishwasher is a new thing in my life since moving here. Okay, I will taste. Should we taste the old cake first or the new cake first? Maybe let's. Let's take it slow. I'm gonna be live for like maybe 10 more minutes. We'll taste both cakes. I'll drink a little bit more pear soup. What up, what up, what up, new peeps in the chat? How's the video quality now? Is it still eh? Yo, this pear soup is top. Top. Hey Ram, cheers. What's on the cocktail menu tonight, Ram? Yeah, it goes in and out. Interesting. Even if the video quality is shit, I sometimes have 5,000 people watching me, which is like, I don't even think it's an ego boost anymore. I just feel very comforted by the fact that people find company in these streams so much. What's the pear soup like? Currently it's very hot. If I let it cool down a little bit, I put 3 pears and it's yielding maybe like a cup and a half of liquid right now. So all the pear juice sweetness is so concentrated, and I've been loving the pear puree in cakes. So I think what I'm gonna do is after I drain off this liquid, we can cook it down into a pear butter. Once I, also boil the other batch, and then once we have pear butter, we can use it in more cakes. Okay, Tammy likes MSG. Yay, Tammy. Yeah, highly recommend buying some ripe ass pears and just cooking the juice out of them. It's so delicious. And actually, I'm just thinking about the fact that for one of the Burlap and Barrel holiday newsletters, Ori, one of the co-founders, gave a recipe from like his grandmother and his mom for compote. It's like a sort of cooked fruit juice basically, and so you just add fruit and spices and you cook it down and then drain off the juice for serving once chilled, and you can cook the fruit down for topping. Yum. Yum. So good. I did shred paper for 3 hours. I also shredded paper for like 5.5 hours. People watch that shit. And I was just reflecting with a new Instagram friend recently about how my relationship with parasocial connections has changed so much over the last 3 years, especially since Mom's death. The way that, like, as an only child, I didn't really have a lot of family near me. My cousin came by, my uncle came by, they both helped out, but like to have absolute strangers who were viewers and knew me, but I didn't know them, come through like in real life to help me drive shit back and forth between Mom's house and my apartment at the time, and just like come and kind of console me and give me advice and help me with, reporting Mom's death to the Social Security Administration even. It was immense. And I think about it all the time, how my relationship with the idea of what a community is and the idea of human connection changed so much when that happened. Yeah. So thank you for sitting with me and making me feel more connected and less alone. And Ram, I met Ram in person when Mom died too. Ram came by one day with flowers for Grandma and Mom, and snacks for me, and vitamin C tablets for me, and then he also came by and rescued me from 2 Facebook Marketplace weirdos. And like, it's just been pretty fucking sweet. Yeah, Ram was a viewer, and I think, like, Ram, I feel like our chats went back to before Budget Eats time. Is that right? I'm not sure anymore, but yeah, when Ram first messaged me on Instagram, I was like, oh, stranger danger. But like, we all start from somewhere. Not everyone will be a Ram. Just do be careful, though. There are some people on the internet who are not Ram. So, yeah, pears are delicious. fruit tea, who knew? Delicious. Ram also always talks about me feeding him, but like he never lets me take him out to a cafe and actually get baked goods that aren't weird as fuck. So, you know. Sometimes dreams are better than reality. I've also met a few of my live stream viewers when they visit New York City. I haven't seen Naoko in a bit. I hope she's doing okay, but Naoko. I've met Eliza. Yeah, it is very fudgy. This is the same cake as the one that I ate last night. Super gingery. Samira texted me and told me she likes the kick. Okay. Stranger danger is a propaganda thing? Explain. The density is dense, but it's not like sopping wet. It's not soggy, it's just moist and fudgy. And it's not afraid of dehydrating a little bit in the fridge. Spontaneous. I have not followed a recipe in many days. I did make a birthday cake for a friend that turned out to be an absolute failure, and I felt really bad about it. And then I was like, maybe I should stop baking without recipes. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Sometimes things just don't work out, but sometimes they do. And that is the fun part of it. Oh my god, guys, the lid to the container that made me crash the bowl was right there. God damn it. Okay, this is the cake that we baked last night. Sorry you can only see the lighting when I'm really up close and blurry and out of focus, but and that's with the frosting that we just made, the goat cheese frosting. As you can see, not as dense and moist as the other cake, but it still feels nice and moist. Nice porousness. I've been really into my random cake era, so cheers. Mmm. So bright. Immediately tasting the tartness of the Chinese red sugar that went into the homemade molasses, that pop of citrus zest in the goat cheese frosting makes it feel so like morning. Feels like morning, feels like a bite of morning. Banana taste is present, but doesn't show up until the latter half. I can't really pick out the pear taste at all, but I think it's contributing towards the overall fruitiness and bright sweetness. Yeah, I think this is a win too. Yum. It's almost like a sponge cake. That's not. Oh, there's also crushed nuts in there, right? Very blurry picture. Okay, well, I think it's time for me to go. I might eat a couple more slices of this, but sorry about the blurry picture quality, y'all. But I hope you have a good night, and I hope you rest well. And if you're sick, maybe try some pear soup, which is very delicious. And take your vitamins and drink your waters and go to sleep. Happy New Year, if I don't see you then. But maybe I will, because I kind of need to cook those carrots tomorrow. Maybe? Bye.